What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending on what time zone you're in, it's Thursday night, but for some of y'all, it's Friday! We made it, y'all. Most of you know, or you should know, that I am on a location in New York City. We've been covering live from the courtroom of the Sean Diddy Combs case. And as you know, I've been waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, recording, doing this here for you late at night. Trust me, I'm always excited for the weekend, but I am doubly, triply excited for this weekend. I need some rest and recuperation. So round of applause for all of you who made it to this week, the end of this week. Come to think of it, I actually have a lot of things to do this weekend, so I might not even get that much rest. But, I'm still happy, all right? It's Friday. All right, I digress. I have a show to do. I have two lead stories for you. We're going to kick it off by asking the question, is the state of Florida going to be the next place for the ICE riots? The sheriff is creating division. We'll give you guys all the updates and all the info of what's going on, starting to bubble over in Florida. As for Diddy, it was day 22 for Sean Diddy Combs' trial. Jane wraps up her testimony and makes a strong case for each side. I'll walk you through and give you a summary of what happened today live in court. In the quick news, we're going to talk Chris Brown, IShowSpeed, Ashton Hall, Shannon, Sharpe, Nicki Minaj, Cenat, Drake, Stefon Diggs, Air India flight, Nelly Ashanti, Porsha, Harvey Weinstein, and Elon Musk. As always, we're going to close out the show with comments of the day, social discussion of the day, question of the day, and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Our first lead story. A Florida sheriff warns immigration protests that they will not play with them. Says officers will arrest them or unalive them. Quote, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains because we will unalive you. What is wrong with people? Why would a sheriff want to talk to the people, the taxpayers that are paying his salary like that? We all know what is going on in LA presently and started around this time last week. I've been very vocal about my disdain for Donald Trump because of this. Really, really disappointed in how things are going. And it seems as though we have some copycat sheriff or police force thinking these things and think that these are the best ways to deal with things. And I just hope that this doesn't start spreading and things and situations like this keep popping up over the US. This is really, really bad. For you, most of you, my daily followers, you know I always like to see things from each side and give you guys both perspectives. I said, I think it was on our Monday show, that this is no time to be looking at different perspectives. Donald Trump is 100% wrong in sending in the National Guard to his own people when the own governor of the state did not ask for it. This is not the way that you treat the American citizens, man. This is crazy. I've been very, very wrapped up in the Diddy trial. As you know, like I said, it takes me around 10 or 12 hours a day, so I'm not super wrapped up in this. Please let me know in the comment section, what your thoughts are. I really want to know what you think, if I'm missing out on anything. You feel like Donald Trump has been doing anything to get better. I did hear a little bit today that he's starting to make a few changes, I think on farmers and something else, where he said ICE agents will handle them a little bit different. Donald Trump is never going to come out and fully backtrack. He'll come out and say that certain things are changing, and that's his way of backtracking. So that's a little bit of a silver lining in the cloud. But as I said, I've been very, very busy with the trial, so I don't have all the details on that. Let me finish reading you a little bit about what's going on in Florida, and I have a little video for you to play. I have a little video to play for you. I can only play you parts of it because this sheriff is literally talking nonsense and literally just creating division. So I do not want to play the whole thing. It's very vulgar, actually. We have posted up the entire video on Out Loud Daily on our Instagram page, Out Loud Daily, formerly formerly Out Loud, now Out Loud Daily. All right. It looks like things may get crazy down in Florida. A sheriff gave a public warning to protesters that plan to come out for the No Kings protest and exercise their right. The protest is set to take place and happen June 14th across many states. In a press conference held on Thursday, the sheriff said protesters are allowed to be peaceful, but gave a long list of things that they will not tolerate and what the consequences will be. The sheriff said they will respond to everything, including running them down. And again, like, there's certain things that I'm just not going to repeat, okay? So I'm just going to end it off there. Here is a quick little video. Like I said, the full thing is on our Instagram page, Out Loud Daily. If you want to hear it, take a listen.
If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital.
The one silver lining that I will say is that he is saying he has no problem with peaceful protest. Why things happen so badly in LA is that most of the protests, 99.5% of them were peaceful. There was a couple of little people getting out of line, which is always going to happen. People get out of line at a concert. No need to bring in the National Guard. So I just hope that they're not coming out and saying along the same ways of like, oh yeah, you could peacefully protest. And let's say like one person like throws a rock in a window and it's like, well, it's not peaceful anymore. Boom, National Guard. And it starts getting crazy. So just everybody just be level-headed, be calm. Just be calm, man. There's a lot of things going on. Summer is here. And I feel like the temperature is rising literally and figuratively. Not just because I'm here and I pass it and walk by it every day, the protest out in New York streets. I just keep in mind what we're protesting and what everybody is fighting over. And do not let Donald Trump and sheriffs like this stoke division between us, the people. Let's be smarter than that and be weary of the potential agenda at hand. All right. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right. This brings us to our second lead story. All right. Our daily wrap up, as I said a few times already in this show, I am live directly in the courtroom, maybe around 10 feet away from Diddy, 3 or 4 feet away from his mother and his family's bench with his sons. The daughters have still not shown up. I haven't seen them. I'm going to give you a recap of the day. Today was honestly one of the biggest days since I've been here. Please, I've been saying this all week. Please go out and check out the live I did. For those of you who don't know, YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're watching this on podcast platforms, yes, this is recorded, but YouTube has a live option. I'm starting to do more of that now. And especially with this, you just come right outside the courtroom and it's live. People are catching it live. And of course, it gets recorded and posted up there. So I just want to make sure you haven't missed it. If you're not catching the live, just go over to YouTube and you'll see there's different tabs. There's video, there's shorts, et cetera, et cetera. Just click the live and you'll see the live I did on today's wrap up. It was an hour. It was amazing. I was literally getting a round of applause at the end of it. It's cool because you're standing right outside the courtroom. There's people coming by. There's ambulances and police officers, and just it's really, really, really fun. And I get to be really animated. And there's a lot of detail that I go into, a lot of nuances that I touch that I definitely do not have time to get to here. Here's just a summary. So those who are invested in knowing everything that happened day by day, please try to check out at least my daily wrap up. I do a morning and a lunch and the daily wrap up. The daily wrap up is the best. And I answer a lot of questions. So make sure and check it out. But for those of you who want to stay on the podcast, I want to stay on the video recorded side, I will continue to give you quick little summaries. So The court started out today almost in shambles. As I told you guys, they always do kind of like a little check and balances before actual trial starts. So there was like a 45-minute back and forth discussion if a little line of a text message should be administered. And this little line was Cassie saying, not Cassie, Jane saying that 98% of the times that Diddy wants to do freak offs or hotel parties, she doesn't want to do it. The judge awarded the win to the defense and did not allow it to be submitted. So the jury is not going to be able to hear that. That's a huge win that the jury doesn't get to hear that. If you guys remember, Diddy's team is trying to make it seem like she wanted this. She was down for this. This was, just a freaky relationship. Whereas the prosecution wants to try to show that she was never down for this and she only did it for Diddy and she was forced, fraud, or coerced, right? Anyway, so that was a small victory. I have a highlight here that Diddy's defense team is masterful. They have one gentleman there. His name is Jason Dinzel, I think is his last name. He literally looks like he's 18 years old. He's like a savant. Anytime the judge comes up with any sort of, what's your argument for this? He's like, this law, that law, case study, this, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Like Diddy is getting his $3 million worth. Let me tell you that. I've got to an inside source in the Diddy cam talking about juror number 6. Again, I don't have time to get into who juror number 6, if you guys don't know, but I told you yesterday that the prosecution wants to strike juror number 6. I got inside information today that the prosecution is just playing games. What they're going to present of the reason why the juror should be stricken is minimal, laughable at best. This person told me there is no way that this juror is going to be stricken. Like we told you guys yesterday, this is, the defense is saying this is the prosecution just trying to get rid of another black juror. And they are telling me that they're not going to win. This is really a huge reach. So that's it for juror number 6. Also, just an update on Diddy himself. I always like to try to give you guys what I see in a courtroom. Some people are following on the Inner City Press account or getting transcripts. Seeing words is not like actually seeing what I'm seeing. So I'd like to tell you what's going on with Diddy. Diddy looked very, very sleepy today. He looked groggy. Somebody has told me that he has the flu. I don't know if he has the flu. He just looked like he didn't sleep well. He looked really tired. He was stretching every 5 minutes. As all of that was going on, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom, huge commotion. You saw the 2 lead counsels from the prosecution and the defense side running outside, security guard. People were, back and forth. We're like, what? We thought court was supposed to start. Like people were literally like going back and forth. It was like a fire drill. Anyways, I went outside to see what was going on. And they started looking at the witness list, and then I came back inside the courtroom. All of the lawyers were gathered around Diddy. Then I knew something was really up, something very, very sensitive. Diddy's kids tried to come and get into the courtroom. Somebody put them back in the elevator, made them go back downstairs. That was all within half an hour. Then a half an hour later, still more whispering going on. Everybody's still in a huddle. 10:30, an hour later now, things start to come down. You see the lawyers look like they de-escalated something. Diddy's lawyers are no longer huddling around him. The judge walks in at 10:40, and Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agofino, says, "Judge, what just happened? I would like to address the court." And the judge is like, "No, we have press and we have content creators and stuff in the court. The reason why we just went through all of that in our chambers is we cannot tell them the details." And Diddy's lawyer was like, "We want to let them know some details, but we won't give names. That's really what we have to keep as a secret here." So Diddy's lawyer said they were talking about an incident that happened in a hotel room January 2024. It was a public event, and Mark was saying that Jane Doe is going under a pseudonym because she wants to be protected, but they want to let us know that the judge and the government do not want them to allow Diddy's defense team to let us know the other celebrities that were at the party. And we found out that there was a high-profile rapper at this time in question in a hotel room, and there was a freak-off happening, and the defense team wants to tell us who it is. they did not allow. However, they came up with a clever way of letting us know, okay? So I will walk you through the testimony, and keep in mind that they're not allowed to say the name of the high-profile rapper, but they were able to give us clues, okay? So they didn't allow the text message in, so there was a win for Diddy's team, but then a loss because they wanted to let us know what celebrity was involved with Jane and a freak off. They weren't allowed to tell our full name, their full name. So court begins. They're just going back and forth with Jane. It starts off November 2023. If you guys remember November 2023, that's when Cassie's lawsuit came out. When Jane heard about Cassie's lawsuit, it really sent her over the edge. She got very upset. We told you this a little bit yesterday because this is where the cross-examination ended. And Jane had no idea that Diddy had done a freak off before. He made Jane feel as if Jane was the only one he did freak offs with. So when she read Cassie's lawsuit, it totally crumbled her world and was like, I never loved doing this, but because it was our thing, and at least it made it special. But the fact that now I know you did it with Cassie, I feel like you're a disgusting person. And she broke up with him. Okay. So the day starts off in November 2023. Diddy is like, I had no clue this would get you so mad. Can we not talk about the problem? We just want to talk about the solution. I don't want to fight with you. Diddy says, charge your resentment to me. Give me a price. Then Jane says, you know what? I want $100,000 per month, and I want you to give me $50,000 for rent, $45,000. So she lists a bunch of money, and she's like, that's for all the nights that I had to take DRUGs and that you set me up with all of these guys. And Diddy was like, he didn't like the fact that he said, charge your resentment to me, and she accepted it, which is really ridiculous. Why tell somebody, yeah, here, give me an amount to make you feel better? They tell you an amount, and they're like, really? You really want me to pay you? So anyways, they just decided to break up. That he was like, screw this, we're done. This brings us to January 2024, and now this celebrity freak off will come into play, okay? So that was November, December. Now we're January 2024. Jane and Diddy are broken up, okay? Jane goes to Vegas on a private jet with a rapper. We cannot say the name, but with a rapper and the rapper's girl to celebrate her birthday. This rapper is very close to Diddy. He's at the top of the music industry. Here is what they were arguing about for the hour. What hints are they allowed to give us without naming the rapper? The judge is making them literally put on a pseudonym on the rapper, just like how Jane, we're not supposed to say her real name. So Diddy's lawyers say, okay, Jane, you went to Vegas with a rapper that I'm not allowed to say their name, but will you agree that this rapper is at the top of the music industry? Jane says yes. Diddy and him are very close. They recorded music together. Jane says yes. He is an icon in the music industry. Jane says yes. He's very close friends with Diddy. Yes. Because I'm in the courtroom, I'm not allowed to say the name, but I think you guys can put it together. Yes, there's a lot of people at the top of the game, but think about somebody who's close to Diddy and who is an icon. They might not be at the top of the music game right now, but who in the music industry that's friends with Diddy, cool with Diddy, and that's an icon. Jane was with that person and that person's girlfriend on a private jet in Vegas, okay? Now, when they get off the jet, they go to dinner, and they see Antoine. Antoine is an SEX worker that did freak offs with Jane and Diddy. So Jane runs into Antoine and is like, what are you doing here? I didn't know you knew this rapper. He's like, yeah, I'm cool with this rapper and his girl. All right, where's Diddy? Yo, Diddy's not here. We've broken up. All right, cool. The rapper invites Jane upstairs to the hotel room and was like, yo, this dinner, this is for common folks. We're having a party upstairs. Jane walks into the hotel room and she testifies that she sees Antoine in the hotel room with an unknown girl, and they're having sex, and there's a bunch of people sitting around like in a circle watching this. This is the birthday party, people. This is the first time in this trial that we have an indication of a celebrity freak-off party. That is why there was so much commotion in the beginning of the day. They're trying to protect the celebrities that were at this party. A lot of people have been disappointed with the Diddy trial so far and was like, yo, this is just Diddy with a couple of his girls. Where's all the celebrity names, the basketball players, the politicians? They've done a good job of keeping them out. Today, we have our first indication that this stuff really does go on. How ironic it's going on when Diddy's not there, and it's another rapper icon who's an icon in the music industry. So the rapper, not Antoine, the rapper begins to flirt with Jane. Jane says that when the prosecution was asking her about this hotel room, Jane says, he was flirting around with me. We talked for 20 minutes and we left. Today, under cross-examination, Diddy's lawyers were able to paint a different story, and Jane admitted not only was she flirting with the rapper, not only was she in the room, but it came out today that Jane flashed the entire room her boobs. And why that is a huge deal is the prosecution is trying to make Jane out to be a victim, somebody who is in love with Diddy, and Diddy sex trafficked her, and she doesn't want anything to do with this life. Well, really, if she doesn't want anything to do with this life, why, now that she's broken up with Diddy, why isn't she going to meet a normal guy who's a banker? Why is she on a flight with a rapper at a freak-off party, and at this freak-off party, she's showing his boobs? Showing her boobs. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with her hanging out with a rapper. I'm just giving the analogy of, going out with somebody at that works at a bank or has a normal 9-to-5 job, or anybody else that's not in the industry. But even if it is somebody in the industry, that would still be fine. But being on a private jet with somebody who's close to Diddy that's doing freak-offs, using the same sex workers, and then you're there and flashing your boobs, it makes it look like you want to be part of this life. But the prosecution is trying to have the jury think that you're there under force, fraud, or coercion. So really just a bad day for Jane and the prosecution. The rapper asked Jane, like, hey, I never knew that you knew Antoine, and I never know that you and Diddy used him. We really like him. We want to find more people like him. Do you have anybody else that you guys know and that you use? Jane was like, yeah, there's a really cool guy that we like to use, Cabal. Over the past 2 days, I've told you about Cabal. Diddy's defense team says, why would the rapper ask you this? Jane says, I don't know. My energy, it looks like I might be into this kind of stuff. What a horrible answer to give. The prosecution is painting you out to be a victim, and the defense team says, why would they ask you this? I don't know, my energy kind of look. She literally is just admitting that she wasn't a prude at the party. She wasn't there like, ugh, this is uncomfortable. I want to be out of here. She's like, I fit in so well. He asked me how many other people I know for their next party, or for the next time there's someone's birthday, or next time there was a private jet. Anyways, that was January. There's a lot more, but like I said, I just wanted to give you guys a quick summary today. Go over to my live February. Diddy and Jane get back together in the Miami house. They have a very romantic dinner. Their hearts are beating fast. Cassie finds out. I already told you she finds out about the lawsuit, but we go into them getting back together again. Like I told you for the past couple of days, they're together. Something happens. They get into a fight. They break up. But it really gets juicy in 2024. Things start to really change in, I think it's in May, when the CNN video comes out. Then there's also a time when Diddy's house gets raided. So it's really, really interesting what happened today, all in 2024. There's also a lot of exciting stuff that happens when the defense stopped questioning Jane, and then the prosecution went up for redirect. For those of you who don't know what redirect is an opportunity for the prosecution to remind everybody, the jurors in particular, what they said during their testimony. So there's 2 or 3 days of testimony for prosecution 2 or 3 days for the defense. You kind of forget and kind of get mixed up. So it's literally a half an hour that the prosecution gets to go up and was like, all right, snap out of it. Let's forget about Vegas. Let's forget about this rapper. Remember this text message. Remember this, boom, 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 boom. And you're like, ooh, oh yeah, Diddy was horrible to her. Yes, maybe there was some force, fraud, and coercion. But then after her half an hour, Diddy's defense team gets to do their half an hour of redirecting and be like, all right, guys, snap out of it. She'd love to be there. Boom, 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 boom. It was a masterclass of amazing lawyerism, if you could call it that. Like, the prosecution made very, 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 very strong points and was very, very convincing. And so did the defense team. I got to witness firsthand some of the best lawyering in the world. Remember, the Southern District of New York is pretty much one of the biggest and best, most coveted courts in the US. And Diddy's defense team are the best defense attorneys. So it was just masterful to watch. And coming from somebody like me who loves the law, and I love just watching, especially defense teams work, it was a pleasure for me. I felt like it was a real treat. So like I said, to find out all about that, go over to our YouTube channel, click on that live button. It's the last video that we have up there. I think it's called like, finally we get freak off parties, or finally freak offs are talked about. Something like that is the title. Check it out. A lot of people were tuning in while I was live, and it's getting a lot of views. So go check it out. You come back here and comment, or stay over there and comment, but let me know what you guys think about my daily wrap up. Tomorrow, there's now that Jane is done, there's 3 witnesses tomorrow. So this recorded show we won't have until Monday, so I'll fill you in on Monday. But for those who want their daily dose, go over to YouTube in our live section. All right, let me know what you think about Jane, Diddy, and the whole case in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. Chris Brown gets steamy with a fan during his Breezy Bowl tour. All right, y'all know when celebrities bring their fans up on stage and do all of this stuff. We have talked about this all the time. Every time a celebrity does this, I talk about it. I love it. It's my favorite part of concerts. We still have voted. I think we took a vote a couple of weeks ago. Remember when we had, maybe it was like last month, Janet still holds the crown, though. Tiana Taylor was a close second. Even Glorilla was doing all right. But Chris Brown was definitely representing for the guys. We've never actually seen somebody kiss somebody on the lips. So Chris Brown is taking it to a whole other level. I hope he doesn't get sued for it. But anyways, here is Chris Breezy. We have to change the music in the background for copyright reasons. This is not the proper instrumental, but take a listen. Shout out to Breezy. Our second quick story. IShowSpeed beats Ashton Hall in a race. Let's get okay, there's a bunch of swear words here. I'm not going to read that. Y'all know IShowSpeed right now, one of the biggest streamers in the world. Athlete, huge soccer fan. And his whole thing, that's why his name is IShowSpeed, for those who don't know. He feels like he's the fastest man in the world. Nobody could beat him. He is actually really fast. Ashton Hall is a content creator who went super viral the other day. Every video he's doing is like 30, 40, 50 million views. And part of his daily routine is, going outside and like sprinting. So they've been kind of going back and forth online, and they were like, yo, I'm faster than you. I'm faster than you. IShowSpeed destroyed him. I'm Team Speed. Oh my gosh, my voice is going. That was a horrible bam, 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 bam. Excuse me. Anyways, IShowSpeed beat him. I don't know. Ashton Hall kind of just rubs me the wrong way for some reason. Not hating, but there's just something about him that it's like, I don't know. I was Team Speedy. Team Speed. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Our third quick story. Shannon Sharpe apologizes to Nicki Minaj after she dissed him on Band for No remix. I told you guys about this yesterday where Nicki Minaj, I don't know what she was dissing everybody for, but she was dissing Jay-Z. She put a little diss track about Shannon Sharpe, said, if I send you a picture, that means you're not so sharp. And then she said after that she was just joking with Shannon Sharpe. But it was really because somebody was asking for, I can't remember who it was, a Nicki something to be on the show. And Shannon Sharpe was like, Nicki who? And Nicki just took it the wrong way. So he was trying to explain to her, like, Nicki, I wasn't trying to diss you. Not Nicki who, like, Nicki is past. He really just didn't know which Nicki the person was talking about. So hopefully this de-escalates the situation. Just hearing this in my head sounds a little bit confusing. I think most of you might be even more confused. Sorry, but the beef is over, okay? We told you yesterday there was a little bit of beef brewing. It's over. More importantly, what is Shannon Sharpe going to do with his career? Is he going to go back to ESPN? Is he going to pay out this lawsuit for Tony Busby and the Jane Doe? That's more what I want to know. I really don't care about this beef between him and Nicki Minaj. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Our fourth quick story. The Cenat and Drake stream has been pushed back. All right. Cenat posted on IG saying that they're planning to push it back a few days. So I don't know how big this is. I don't remember the name of the song, but there's a song on the Drake album that Drake and Cenat are paying just normal everyday influencers or content creators, if I'm not mistaken, $20,000 to film a video for Drake and Party Next Door's song. So it was supposed to be next Thursday. And then when I saw that, I was like, okay, cool. It's going to be next Thursday. They're going to announce the winners. But then somebody this morning I saw, Drake is going to be out of Toronto. He's going to be on Kai's stream. Kai streams from Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. So people are like, Drake is running from Toronto because Kendrick is there. Then I see literally like an hour before I start recording on my way home, Drake canceled the stream. Didn't say why. Oh, sorry, he did say why. He said, we need more time to pick the winners. Nah, Drake canceled it because Kendrick Lamar is coming to his city. He doesn't want to look like he's running. What are you going to do? There's so much security. It's not like you could just roll up on Kendrick, but we shall see. But just know that next Thursday, Drake is allegedly going to be in Toronto, we think, and things might pop off. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up, all right? Our fifth quick story. Stefon Diggs allegedly expecting another baby with a new baby mama. All right, y'all. It looks like Stefon Diggs might be expanding his family. Again, our sources say that his alleged side chick is a new rumored baby mama, and they're expecting in July. Cardi, I told y'all to be very careful with him. I told you to be very careful with Stefon Diggs. Now, we have to put a small little asterisk beside this because if I'm not mistaken, Cardi knew about this baby when they got together. So the public might be looking at it like, oh, he's having a baby on Cardi. Let's not forget, Cardi met Stefon and started dating when she was pregnant. It's common knowledge that she was with him, yes, in that way, while she was pregnant, because her and Offset were split up. So if anything, Nicki's under the understanding of, look, we got together, I was pregnant. All right, that's cool. When we met, you already had your side chick. She was pregnant, so now the baby is coming, right? Or maybe it happened just like almost like a couple of months after. Anyways, from what I hear, Cardi is not upset about it. It's more the streets being upset about it. But I still don't like this for Cardi, man. I feel like it's going to end up worse than Offset. That's just my gut feeling. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Our sixth quick story. London-bound Air India flight with more than 200 passengers crash after takeoff. Officials say it appears that nobody made it. I did hear some things online during the day while I was at the Diddy trial that apparently one person made it, but then now I hear that that's not the case. I'm sure most of you have heard this by now, but I just wanted to throw it in there. And of course, I know y'all are going to start talking of what in the world is going on with flights in 2025. It is really, really, really scary. And I've been flying around a lot lately. Yeah, let me know if this changes any of your summer plans, man. Very tragic, very, very, very tragic. According to AP News, Air India flight had more than 240 passengers aboard and was scheduled to head to London. Unfortunately, the flight didn't make it. Officials are reporting that there are no known. Okay, I'm trying to get to not the depressing stuff. I want to see if they have any black box indication. The video of the scene shows that the area is filled with black smoke. the British Prime Minister, etc. Blah blah. Yeah, there's nothing so far of. Oh, here it is. The plane crashed at the top of a dining area. Oh, I didn't even know this. Local news stations are saying the plane crashed on the top of a dining area of a medical college. Images show a portion of the air crash a portion of the aircraft on the top of the building. It's unclear if any medical students were inside the building at the time of the crash. Woo! I'm literally finding that out as I'm with you guys. Pardon me. Normally I'm more prepared, but like I said, I'm doing a lot today. Ugh, really, really sad, man. Heartbreaking. Our seventh quick story. Nelly and Ashanti bring their love story to TV in a candid new Peacock series, We Belong Together. Nothing really to say here. There's an eight series documentary. Y'all know how much I love Nelly and Ashanti. I'm a huge fan of Ashanti. Back in the day, I used to joke around. Well, you guys know how I am. That's my baby mom. I used to like put pictures of me and her like on Instagram and stuff. But I've backed off now out of respect for Nelly. Nelly's my guy. I was just joking around anyways, but whatever. Shout out to Nelly and Ashanti. Ashanti is actually really funny. Without even trying, she is a riot. Nelly is also kind of funny in her own right, but in his own right, but Ashanti is funny. So I would watch out for this, y'all. Let me know if you guys are excited to check it out in the comment section below. Our eighth quick story, continuing what I promised you guys, following up on reality TV, even though I don't watch it and it drives me nuts. Porsha Williams awarded $40,000 monthly alimony, Rolls Royce, and partial control of the $7 million home in the divorce from Simon. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name. Sorry. Anyway, so we told you that Simon was deported back to Africa. I don't know where in Africa. He was detained by ICE and he was deported. Now, I guess because he's not here, they maybe finalize the divorce, and this is what Porsha is getting out of it, all right? I lean on you guys to let me know a little bit more information about this. Let me know what you think about Porsha and if she deserves everything in the comment section below. Our ninth quick story. I don't understand why more people are not talking about this. Harvey Weinstein R-word charge declared a mistrial after jury foreperson refused to continue deliberation. Crazy. This is actually still happening in New York. Okay, we're not going to read the whole article because this is speed news. So Harvey Weinstein got a whole new trial. They had him, if I'm not mistaken, they found him guilty on some later SA charges, but on the R word charge, it was a mistrial, and they were like, the judge was like, "Yo, go back and deliberate." I found out today that they're like, "Yo, we're not going back and deliberating. It's done. We do not find him guilty." They just couldn't come through. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen now. It doesn't really say. I'll read a little bit of it, and hopefully we'll get some news. The judge officially declared a mistrial on one of the key R-word charges after the jury floor person declined to continue, claiming he felt that he was threatened by threatened by fellow jurors pressuring him to change his vote. The disgraced Hollywood producer, who's 73 years old, was being retried on multiple SA charges after his original 2020 conviction was overturned earlier this year. The mistrial was declared during deliberations over allegations of aspiring actress, etc. So this is what I didn't want to get into. Is he out or not? The court has no choice but to declare a mistrial. Still jurors, this is what I want to find out. Still jurors reached verdicts on 2 of the 3 charges. On Wednesday, June 11th, Weinstein was found guilty of first-degree criminal SA acts for making somebody do something with their mouth. Okay, so that's what it is. He has been still found guilty on some of lesser SA charges, but not the bigger R-word charge. Now, I don't think have gotten to any sentencing yet. Weinstein did not testify on a retrial and continues to plead not guilty to all charges. His lawyers have reportedly stated they plan to appeal the decision from Wednesday's verdict. Despite the mistrial, he remains a convicted felon, currently serving 16 years assisting your sentence for a separate 2013 R-word charge. All right, that's all I wanted to know. He ain't getting out of jail. He's just wasting everyone's time. Harvey, you ain't getting out, brah. Trust me, there's only one way out, and it's not the way that you want to get out. Our 10th quick story. The Grammy Awards add a new category for Best Album Cover, Best Traditional Country Album, and updates Best New Artist Eligibility. Now, the one thing that we're going to focus on here, ladies and gentlemen, is there was also a significant shift in the country genre. The former Best Country Album category has been renamed to Best Contemporary Country Album, and the new category now is Best Traditional Country Album. While no official reason was given for the change, many speculate it is in response to the controversy surrounding Beyonce's Cowboy Carter winning Album of the Year. What? Baby Lalas, man. Beyonce won a Country Album of the Year. That's not fair. Suppose something like this happens again. Boo-hoo. Okay, you know what? It's okay. Grown men crying. We'll create a whole separate category for you for traditional country, and you'll never have to worry about a quote-unquote pop star taking your precious trophy away from you. Give me a break, yo. I hope somebody like Beyonce or somebody in Beyonce's like world ends up making such a great country album, and you know what I'm talking about, the type of people that they don't want to be making country album, and they end up winning like both categories. Imagine they make such a great album, they win contemporary and traditional. You know that they'll never let that happen, but anyways, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Our 11th quick story. Oh, Elon Musk says losing over $100 billion in wealth while working for Donald Trump's administration was worth it. JD Vance tweeted out, Musk lost 25% of his fortune, approximately $113 billion, while lending efforts to streamline the U.S. government. And Elon Musk retweeted and said, worth it. Yeah, if it's so worth it, why did you try to distance yourself so far from Donald Trump the day after you left? Yo, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. Yo, Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill is horrible. Don't sign it. And what happened? You got even more backlash because people don't like people who are flipping, flopping. Then you're like, oh, I'm talking bad about Donald Trump. Boom, you sunk down even more. And now that people are afraid that Donald Trump is going to take away your government contracts and don't want you to diss Donald Trump, now you're like, oh, I take back what I said. Now I'm friends with Donald Trump again, thinking that you're going to get back your wealth and get back people investing in Tesla. Yo, man, Elon Musk completely ruined 20 years of hard work. Not everybody loved Elon Musk, but he was universally respected. He was universally admired and looked at as one of the smartest people in the world today, classified almost as a genius level. And also, you know, one of the top 10 entrepreneurs maybe ever created businesses. He created great businesses from the ground up. But with all that said, he's literally looked at as a joke now, and he just completely ruined that. I feel not only is he losing money and going to continue to lose money, he just lost that aura that he had around him. And for what? For what? For what? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, y'all. This brings me to my favorite segment, comments of the day. All right, before I kick off comments of the day, you guys know I have a very serious question to ask you. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Well, let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are. Everybody's cell phone, laptop, or computer devices are vulnerable to data breaches, especially for the ones that do not have Aura. Well, guess what? Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/Trent to get your 14-day free trial to see if any of your data has been exposed. Like I said, it probably has, but Aura could take it all off for you, okay? Now, let me give you some more information on top of that key piece of information. If you've ever wondered how scammers get your phone number or why your inbox is flooded with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent and make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, or even stalkers. The stalker part is really scary if you ask me. That is why I recommend today's sponsors to my family, friends, and out louders. I mean, y'all are part family anyway, so same thing. Aura takes care of the hard part for you, automatically removing your information off of the dark web, and not only just removing it, but keeping it off, okay? Aura is an all-in-one digital security platform. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like having your front door locked and keeping your back door open. They are the best, trust me. Aura will give you alerts if any of your personal information is found on the dark web. You literally get a notification, like an IG notification. Boom, it notifies you. They also have real-time fraud alerts for your credit card and banking information, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they have US-based round-the-clock support system, which is honestly by far they're the nicest people ever. Even with all of that, if something goes wrong, Aura also includes a $5 million identity theft insurance protection package. So in the case something does slip, you are covered with their insurance policy. Guys, everything that I just said to you is available for free for 14 days. Aura will show you, anybody who's a non-believer, they will show you what they can do. And I promise you, I have not had one person sign up and come back and say, well, they found nothing. Your email is out there, your potentially your social security number, potentially your credit card. There's something of your private information that is out there. Trust me, click on the link below or take out your phone and your camera or turn on your camera, point it at this QR code. And I promise you that Aura will find something of yours that's on the dark web and they'll be able to remove it for you. And they'll do that for free just to show you what they can do. Now, after that 14 days, if you want to continue, there's packages, there's plans. That's up to you, but you're not obligated to stay or take a package. It's absolutely free. They're just trying to show everybody what they can do, all right? So make sure you click on the link below. And of course, shout out to Aura for sponsoring the Out Louder. My voice is really going. All right, let me get to the comment section. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I had it in my head. For those of you who don't know or have never heard of Aura, just want to show you the scope and how large they are. They used to be the logo badge for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Here's a picture of Ant Edwards. You'll see that Aura logo right there. And here is a picture of Karl Anthony Towns, okay? All right, now that is done, let me get to the comment section. What is it? Is it Tickle? Yeah, I'm not too sure what the name is. We're just going to say Tickle now for fun, okay? Sorry if I'm getting it wrong. You have the best coverage. You're unbiased, and I think she says, and love your coverage. New subscriber. Love when we get new subscribers commenting right away, so thank you so much. Again, we talked about this with you guys yesterday. Oh, sorry, before I go on, there's another one here. G-Unit says, Trent, your coverage is so good. Can't wait for tomorrow. Thank you so much. I've been highlighting all of these new out louders that are coming in the comment section, and really thanks again everybody for letting me know that you're really liking the lives that we're doing and how we're covering this Diddy trial. We're going to continue to do lives while still doing this podcast because I know you guys love both, but I really appreciate the love. And it continues. K Free, shout out to MTL. Love the podcast, bro. MTL. Bah, 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 bah. You know I have to salute MTL. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Taza, I think that's pronounced it, or Taza. Morning, catching up on yesterday. Good stuff right here. Thanks for the updates. And Solomon says, so good to see you live in NYC. You are great at what you do, and the internet needs more of you. Lots of love and support from Toronto, Ontario. All right, I picked this specifically to show that even though I'm in New York, I'm still getting love from Montreal and Toronto. So shout out to Canada. I miss y'all, man. All right, that is it for today's comments. Keep on commenting. We obviously can't see every single comment or read everyone, but we do definitely try to get to the new ones and get to you, hopefully. So keep commenting. Once again, thank you very much to Aura for sponsoring the comment section. Here, one more time, is the QR code. Take out your phones, go to the link. And also, if you want another shortcut, just click on the link below. All right, this brings us to social discussion of the day. What has this year taught you? All right, I love questions like this. Everything must start with God to end with peace. Another person said, God. Focus on yourself. Build a relationship with God and always cherish every moment with the people you love the most. When people show you who they are the first time, believe them. Wow, I love that one so much. That is so underestimated, let me tell you. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. You have no idea how much time, heartache, hurt, disappointment, fear, everything that's negative by just believing somebody the first time. You see it all the time, but you're like, ugh, they wouldn't do this to me, or oh, that's just how they are at work or whatever. Like, we make excuses when we see somebody doing something. Nah, man, take that little hint. That's who they are. Somebody says, mind your business, drink more water, and stay home. Honestly, it's easier said than done, but that is actually a great lesson. Mind your business, drink more water. I'm a water freak. Stay home. The more you stay home, the more money you save, the more with yourself you are. Of course, you need some outside love, but staying at home keeps you out of trouble, man. Next person says, stay away from low vibrational people because they are trying to bring you down with them. Woo! Huge. Yo, low vibrational people, I won't even like have a conversation with you. Like, you cannot be anywhere around me. Y'all know me. You hear me every day. I am a vibe person. I'm always in a good mood. I'm always trying to see the light. I'm always trying to see the silver lining. I'm always trying to be positive. Hence, one of the reasons why I do a podcast by myself, by the way, because I work well with people, but it has to be the right people. And it's so important to have really good energy around you, man. Really good. Really important. We're learning a lot today in social discussion, man. Y'all should thank me. Everything is temporary. I don't like how we started off. I'll skip that. Friendship, relationships, jobs, feelings. Never give more than you receive. Expect nothing but the unexpected. Woo! I like that. Expect nothing but the unexpected. Believe in yourself. Invest in yourself. Y'all know I invest in myself all the time. I have been since I was a teenager. Tomorrow is not promised, and humble thyself. Love that. Don't waste your energy telling people what they did wrong. They know. Woo! Jeez! I wish I could keep reading. I don't have time. I love that one. Wow. Don't waste your energy telling people what they did wrong. They know. They know. Mic drop. Trying to make the show quick, yo. That is great. Mic drop. That's a good way to end the week. I know it's good. All right, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Not what you think. What did you learn this year? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll tell you something that I learned quickly. Stay 10 toes down. Stay steadfast. Keep grinding. Just don't ever stop. Like, that's what this year has taught me, man. Like, you have to keep going. And I'm actually like, just learned this week. Like, and I knew it, and I have said it. I've said it in motivational talks. I've said it at keynotes or whatever. You got to keep the grind, man. Everybody gets to a point where they're like, oh, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if that's going to work. Keep grinding. That's what this year taught me. And the minute you start back and you get on that grind, the universe feels you, and the universe can feel your energy, and they're like, oh, you're back? Cool. And the rewards start coming. Trust me, I just learned that this past week, or maybe just last week. So that's my 2 cents. Let me know yours, what you learned this year in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to question of the day. All right, guys, sorry, but this is for the ladies only, or if you're interested in this type of thing, feel free. You're a magazine editor and need to choose the sexiest celebrity of the year. Who are you picking? First one is Stefon Diggs. Second one is Offset. Third one is Omarion. The fourth one is Jalen Hurts. The fifth one is Chris Brown. And the sixth one is Drewski. Sorry, Drewski, but how did Drewski get in here? All right. First one is Chris Brown. Jalen, baby. Wow, I didn't think Jalen would come up that quickly. Another person said Jalen. Somebody said, where's Aaron Pierre? That's hilarious. Chris Brown. I literally thought all the first 10 were going to be Chris Brown. Somebody said, quit playing Breezy all day. Somebody says, why is Offset there? I think Drewski is more of a question than Offset. Like, I could see how some people will find him attractive. I'm not saying Drewski's not attractive, but I'm just saying I think Offset might be just a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Somebody says, who the F said Offset is cute in the first place? Okay, yo, maybe I'm wrong about Drewski. But okay. Somebody said, okay, that's not even answering the question. Somebody says, why is Offset and Drewski in this lineup? Somebody else said Chris Brown, Jalen Hurts, Jalen, Chris. Keep on talking about Offset. Christopher Morris Brown, the end of the contest. Somebody said take Offset off. Yo, I'm really surprised at this. I didn't know Jalen Hurts would rank so high. Is he that good looking? And I didn't think Offset would rank so low. But I did know Chris. Anyways, ladies, sound off below. Who are you picking? One of them. Who are you picking? The Sexiest Man Alive. If you are the editor-in-chief for magazine, let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to sports news. Jay-Z reportedly lost $1 million betting on OKC Thunder would win the NBA Finals in 5 games against the Indiana Pacers. All right, I didn't lose $1 million. I didn't bet at all. However, I have been embarrassed this whole finals, semifinals, conference finals. I don't think I've picked one winner properly. For those who watched yesterday, as I was recording, there was like 10 minutes left in the game in the fourth quarter. So I opened my phone, I checked on my app, and I was like, yo, OKC's been leading all game. Pacers were making a little bit of a comeback, but I'm like, don't worry, man. It's no problem. Like, OKC's got this. Stopped recording, putting the show together. I look at my phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, OKC lost. So I had to put like on the screen as I'm talking, saying OKC is going to win. I put it on the screen. I was wrong. They lost. Super embarrassing. So Jay, I know how you feel, yo. However, I still feel like OKC is going to win, but I have a little bit more doubt. I'm not fronting. And it's not, just to be clear, it's not like I want OKC to win or Indiana. If anything, like my heart would be happy if Indiana won because they're like a grind, come back from behind. They're like a gritty team. That's my type of basketball. But my head is telling me OKC just because SGA is just too good. He's the MVP for a reason. That team they're shooting. It might not be my style of team, but they are just on another level. So is it the team with talent or the team with grit that never wants to give up and plays all 48 minutes? I guess we'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, y'all. That is a wrap. Thank you so much for kicking with me. I am going to bed, y'all. Got to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Had a great week. Shout out to New York for being so welcoming to me. Love y'all. Been having a great week. We will continue back full force until the end of this Diddy trial. We will keep on giving you your nightly podcast. And also, I've said it a bunch of times, but it's really good. Check out the YouTube channel and go over to the live section and check out my recaps. They are super entertaining and so much fun. I'm having so much fun doing it. Very happy I made the decision. All right. So that is that. Second thing is, here is a QR code one more time. Trust me, y'all. Just trust me. You trust me with your news, your entertainment. Trust me with this. Click on the link below. It will take you over to Aura. Sign up for 14 days for absolutely free. You're going to thank me once you are protected from Aura, or even not. Even if you decide not to take it, you're going to be super happy to see what of yours is already out there online. Actually, you're not going to be happy. You're going to be scared, but you're going to be happy that Aura was able to take it off for you. All right. Third and lastly, for those of you who are out there wondering how you could not miss a Trent Out Loud podcast, well, let me tell you. For my YouTube listeners, if you're ever going on a flight or in a car, you don't have access to the internet, have no fear, because the Trent Out Loud podcast is available on all podcast platforms. You can just download us and take the show with you, all right? Just go to any podcast site, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And just like YouTube, we upload daily. Now, vice versa, for those of you who are on podcast platforms, thank you so much for your downloads. Thank you so much for the love. However, we want you to come over here and hang out with us over on YouTube. It is a vibe over here. The Out Louders are lit. The comment section is lit. And we also have the live section over here too. So you have the video section and live section. Double the reason to come over to YouTube, okay? Just head on over to the YouTube website or the app, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. A couple of housekeeping rules. You got to hit the subscribe button. It gives you membership into the Out Loud family. Got to hit the like button. Got to get the algorithming. Please comment below. I do this podcast by myself. If you guys are not answering me, I look a little crazy out here, and don't let me look crazy, all right? For those of you who don't want to join the conversation, that's cool. At least say, hey, what up? Checking in from such and such a place. I love that this podcast is global, and I like to be reminded where everybody is writing in from, all right? So, hey, liking the show, or hey, not my favorite show, but just want to say hi. Do that. Just comment. If you're really loving the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones because it definitely helps in growing the channel. For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms. Always the same handle, Trent Out Loud, and I'm the most active on Instagram. I put a lot of your comments in my stories. We also have a blog page on Instagram, Daily Out Loud. Like I told you earlier, the Florida video, it's posted up on there. All of the things that we cannot play for you on YouTube, and or the things that we're going and we're preparing to talk about in the actual podcast, we will put over there on Instagram, all right? So it's just a way to like keep up to date with you guys throughout the day and also give you unedited content that we know you love to do, all right? That you love to see. So follow us on Formerly Out Loud. Not Formerly Out Loud, follow us on Out Loud Daily. And for those of you who are following on Formerly Out Loud, don't worry, you don't have to make a switch. We have done it for you. You guys are automatically now on Out Loud Daily because we outside and we out loud daily, y'all. All right, that is it for me. The show is a wrap. Thank you so much for kicking with me. There will be no Friday recorded. There will be lives. There will be no Sunday show, but there will be a Monday show. All right. I have a little bit of traveling to do on Sunday. I might maybe touch in and do a little something, but if not, you'll definitely have a show Monday afternoon around 10 p.m., the recorded one. But just remember, check over on our lives. All right. Have a great weekend. Thanks for kicking it with me all week. Well, a lot of new subscribers over here, a lot of new comments from being in New York and going live. So welcome everybody. Great week. Thank you so much. I couldn't do it without you guys. All the new subscribers, the super chats. Thank you guys for the super chats. That is amazing. That's super nice. Super chats, all of that stuff. I'll see you on live tomorrow morning, live from New York City, 500 Pearl Street. Have a happy Friday. Be safe. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.